Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it is Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. Um, Today, I'm doing another one of my previous Magic the Gathering decks because I've decided it's time to split this deck up into the different formats that I play now. I no longer play most 60 card formats, I'm basically in Commander or Pauper, and this deck has some pretty cool resources tied up, so I'd like to get them out. Let's talk my 15-year-old Infinite Mirror deck. So first, just need the basic land base. Again, I was playing some pretty basic stuff. I was just playing basic forests and islands. We're going to play 8 forests, 9 islands, 17 land out of your 60 card deck. Not too bad. As far as your non-creature spells, basically everything was on sorcery. So I wasn't playing anything on instant speed. I was playing 3 copies of 4C, which on 4 mana lets me scry 4, draw 2, which is great because I'm looking to put my combo pieces together, and I kind of need to do it. Plus, Mire cards are basically all mana dorks, so it's pretty easy to just play a bunch of green and blue, things that should ramp as well as draw. Back in the day, we were also playing the Attacks and Probes. These are really cool cards. They're kind of banned in Pauper because they're just too good. It is a shock cast spell, which means I can either pay the 1 blue mana for the pip, or I can choose to pay 2 of my life for the pip. This lets me look at the target player's hand, draw a card. It is twofold. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see if I have the time to play, or if I need to get serious about fighting. But it's really here for the fact that I would basically just shock cast this to draw. That's why this is here. Not much else. 4 copies lead the Stampede. Amazing spell. I love this one in Pauper. And yes, even though this Mirrored and Besieged version is, uncommon, since they've been printed since as a common, we get to play these in Pauper. So this is good. I already have a playset for Pauper, so this will probably go in a trade binder. I'll give it to Phil, which is my cards dealer. And the way this works, look at the top 5 of your library, reveal any number of creatures from among them, add those to your hand, the rest go to the bottom of the deck in any order. So again, it's just about picking my pieces. And then last but not least, I was running 4 copies of Preordain, which again, on 1 is a scry 2, draw 1, which means I can combine this with Attacks and Probe, but on turn 1, I'm drawing 2 cards. So again, not too bad. We do run 1 basic artifact in this whole thing, and this is the Mire Matrix. It is one of the ways this deck likes to go infinite. Because number 1, it's indestructible. 2, it's a blanket buffer, but 3, every 5 mana I dump into it gets me an artifact token that is a Mire. So, this is an important combo piece. Let's get into the creature spells now. So, this is where basically the magic happens. I'm going to show it to you. I will demonstrate the loop, and then I'm gonna, sign out and let you guys have a wonderful day. So first and foremost, I'm playing 3 of the Copper Mirror. We do have both arts, both the Scars of Mirrodin as well as the actual just base Mirrodin. And again, this taps, creates green. Not bad. Mana Dork on 2. We have Battle Spheres, which is one of the win conditions in this deck. When enters, generate 4 colorless mirror tokens. When this attacks, you may tap X amount of untapped mirror, and they could be ones that you had just played, because this is a non-tapping effect that taps other cards. It's fine. Do that. If you do, this gets XO until the end of the turn and deals X to defending player. Now, the only thing is, this thing does have to get its attack in to do this. Doesn't have to hit, just has to do its job. So once we get over 20 mirror on the field, this swings, we do this effect, tap out the 20 untapped, and we deal 20 damage. So again, in base 60 card, this is game. In Commander, this is a lot harder to do, but it's still achievable, so he's fine. Another next card, part of our big combo, we're running 4 copies of the Galvanizer, which is good. This guy gives a basic pump, other mirror get a +1/1, and for 1 mana and a tap, you untap all other mirror that you control. So real quick, I will stop here and I will demonstrate to you infinite mana. 2 galvanizers, 2 copper mirror. Okay, that's all you need. If you've got that much on your side of the field, you tap 2, tap, untap the 2, so you've got floated 1, tap 2, 3, pay 1, tap, 3 untap, because it's other mirror, not non-galvanizer. So what you'll have is if you have 2 mana producers or somebody who can produce 2 mana if you had it, you go infinite once you have 2 galvanizers. This means that every 6th loop, the Matrix creates one, and Battlesphere lets you go for game. So that's one way about it. Now, Battlesphere, Matrix, it's a little hard to just get these, right? So let's talk Propagators. You're going to run 4 of these. So for 3 mana and a tap, Propagator will create a copy of itself. So once Propagator's been out a turn, you can do this. And then this cuts the costs from what the Matrix would require. And again, since you have 2 galvanizers, these would be 3 3s. If you also had the Matrix, this is fine. They would be 4 4s. And this would allow you to infinitely create your tokens as well. Because again, once we have the ability to create infinite mana, and I showed you that with the galvanizers, the galvanizer tapping doesn't untap. But if there's another one that is tapped, they will untap. Same goes for the Propagator. You will be able to create an infinite amount of tokens. So in the in-between, you kind of need to survive. So I was running 3 copies of Superion. Superion is a 2-drop for a 5/6, but he can only you can only spend mana produced by creatures to cast him. So any deck that you're running a bunch of like mana dorks in, this guy is great. He was rare, so I don't think he's been printed as a common. I don't think common Pauper, I don't think is going to have him. But it's a really cool drop to just throw into basically any random commander deck. Because again, it's just a little 2-drop 5/6. It's not bad. Next up, we are going to cut the cycle down a little bit. We're going to play Palladium Mirror. We're going to play 4 copies. This is a tap to add 2 generic to mana pool. This is fine too, because then we can shorten this down to 1 Palladium Mirror, 2 Galvanizers. That's still a +1 every time. And then it still lets you get into your infinite mana while being a little less specific. And I think you guys will see why the rest of the deck was about picking and choosing cards, scrying and drawing, or the Lead the Stampede was so necessary, was so that we can always go and look for the creatures, because that's where the combo is. Another cool one that, again, I'd like to have the game day promo in my commander deck. We're going to talk Phyrexian Metamorphs. So again, we have the original set copy, as well as 2 copies of the game day promo for this deck, which again is a really cool thing to have. I love the alternate art. This is a shock castable card, so again, we could pay 2 or we could pay just the blue. So depending on which way you set up your mana flow, this might work. But you will always be able to play it. You can have this enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or creature on the battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. What's great about this in other forms, because right now what we want to do is we want to copy Galvanizer, or we want to copy something like the one of the mana dorks, like the Palladiums or something. You just want to go ahead and create more and more mana. In Commander, we can cast things our opponent has. So as long as it just generically takes mana, or it's got a great effect, or it's a mana dork or something, or a big mana rock, perhaps, we can go ahead and benefit from that as well. There is times where I have wanted to copy like my opponent's Phyrexian Arena, because I would also like to just draw cards at the cost of 1 life. Commander, you start with 40 of those things. I want the draw cards, and I want to do it in style. So this is one of the big reasons why we're tearing this deck apart. Next up, we're going to be playing Silvermare. Silvermare is the same as Copper. 2-drop 1/1 difference. We're going into blue mana when we tap. So again, pretty good. And then again, part of the just need the army to fight is Steel Overseers. These guys are really awesome. These ones are a little old. They're the M10. No, they're both M11s. Very nice. When they tap, every artifact creature I control gets a 1/1 counter. So again, just a big blanket effect. It's very nice, and it starts on turn 2. So, not bad. This is my Infinite Mirror. This was a very fun tribal deck I played. Like I said, this is about 15 years old now. And we're finally going to go ahead and just take it apart. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. We'll see if you guys continue to enjoy Magic. Maybe I'll start adding some Commander stuff to the channel. Outside of that, just have a great day, guys. We got plenty of stuff coming up. We got some great decks this weekend for the Speed Duel format. Awesome times. So for now, don't worry about the like, comment, sub unless you really want to, but just go out and have that wonderful day, my friends. I'll see you next time. Later.